Yoh Vs Ren Part 2. The winner goes to the next round of the Shaman tournament. But did this episode live up to the hype? I'm Shady, the tribal chief of the Shaman tribe. Make sure to join us on our journey to 1,000 subs. Just like how Ren will eventually be joining Yoh to the next round of the Shaman tournament. This episode covers the manga chapters from 54 to 64. Although I would have liked it to be 2 episodes, I think it did perfectly fine in 1 episode. Yes, selfishly, I would have loved to have seen more action scenes being dragged out more into 2 episodes, but for what they have achieved in this 1 episode, I have to give them credit. The background music being played as soon as Ren starts to attack is just immense, captures the mood of the fight perfectly. The best thing coming out from Shaman King 2021 has to be the background music. I would rewind some parts just to listen to the soundtrack again. That's how pleasing it is to hear. It's literally music to my ears in this case. They have managed to squeeze in the key dialogue points from the characters, such as Silver finally revealing the Oversoul power, OSP for short, the functionality that shows the Oversoul points of a shaman. However, in the manga, in chapter 58, Silver says that this is a secret code that only the shaman officials use, but then everyone later on uses the OSP anyway, so it's more of a gag than anything else. But this is important. So if you're new to watching Shaman King, or if you're just new to the series in general, remember the OSP. You will see that the numbers in this episode are tiny to compare to what they will achieve later on in the series. The action in this episode was fun to watch. I loved how they added a golden aura around Ren. It was giving me some Dragon Ball Z nostalgia here. I mean, Ren is the Vegeta to Yoh's Goku in this series. From start to finish, for me personally, even though they jump from the revelation from Silver learning he will be the official to be partnered up with Ren, to us learning a little bit more of the backstory of Ren's childhood, as well as the big action set piece with the fight between Yoh and Ren, it does not feel overwhelming for me at all. Yes, they have adapted 10 chapters, but majority of those chapters are action-packed chapters which you can speed through easily. So even though 10 is a big number, for this episode I feel it's just fine. I just wish they dragged out their action a bit more. But the one thing they do miss, and for me this is a key theme of the fight between Yoh and Ren in their second fight, is confidence being displayed on Yoh's part. In chapter 55, when Ren makes his entrance, he notices that Yoh is a lot more confident than before. Even during the fight, Ren is noticing Yoh's inner confidence. Such as in chapter 57 when Yoh was blocking Ren's attacks without even looking and sending him flying with the Butakiri attack. Ren noticing how confident Yoh is, for me, is the most important part of the fight, because we firstly see how far Yoh has come through the training in the cave as well as his defeat to Faust. This taught him that he has to be himself and not give in to anger, which takes confidence and bravery to do. Because look at Ren, he's just screaming throughout the fight, believing that his anger will make him more powerful. It's like when 2 people are having an argument. You have one person screaming out to get his point across, whilst the other person is talking more gently. Just because you are screaming and showing more passion doesn't mean you are right. And it's the same in this scenario here. Just because Ren is screaming and constantly attacking Yoh doesn't mean he will beat Yoh. Yoh says in this episode, as well as in the manga, that the reason why he lost to Faust is because he pushed himself into becoming something that he is not. He wasn't true to himself, which is why he was also more confident, because he has belief in himself and Amidamaru. He is so confident, he let Amidamaru lead the fight and tell him when to dodge Ren's attacks. Ren seeing this firsthand pushes him to see life in a different perspective, because straight up, Yoh is telling Ren to be true to himself, because he can see what Ren is doing in this fight with him constantly pushing himself to attack and be full of blind rage is what Yoh was doing in his fight against Faust. Yoh was teaching Ren through this fight and with his own words to have confidence and to be true to himself. Not only Yoh, but we can all see that as well, that Ren is trapped in a cage built by the Tao family, and Yoh was trying to unleash that. That is why it was crucial that Ren noticed the subtle change in Yoh, because he's trying to get out of that cage of anger himself. As we see in the flashback, he hates his family, he hates his dad, and he hates everything about his upbringing. It was like he was getting inspired by Yoh, which is why for me this was such a big deal. Maybe I'm going over the top with this, but I just wanted to briefly explain that there's more to the fights in Shaman King than meets the eye. It's not just a simple one-on-one fight, there's more to it. there's themes and the character background and history that plays a part in the fights of Shaman King. We will be releasing the inner meaning behind the fight between Yoh and Ren video very soon, where I'll be going more in depth as to why that fight is one of the most important fights in Shaman King and why it's the most important fight for Ren in the entire story for his character arc. So stay tuned for that video. But overall, I would say this was a solid, fun episode to watch. However, the danger with having episodes speed through the chapters is having these subtle character moments being skipped over. Shaman King has a lot of hints and clues that foreshadow future events, but because the pacing is quite fast, it will skip over these moments or character themes, such as the theme from this fight on Yoh's end, which is confidence, and you will have to wait and find out Ren's theme in the video discussing their fight, so hit that notification bell if you haven't already. But other than that, this was still a solid episode. Anna is also showing that she will be a good wife to Yoh. As he is out fighting, she will be home with a nice home cooked meal ready. See, that's how confident she was. She was already thinking about food and what they're going to eat for dinner over the outcome of this crucial fight. And mind you, if Yoh loses, he's out of the Shaman tournament. So yeah, I guess the theme goes to Anna as well. What did you guys think of this episode? Comment down below your thoughts. As you guys know, we love reading and replying to your comments, so please don't be shy and comment away. This is Shady from the Shaman Tribe. I'll see you guys later.